Hey, what's up, people? Pizowell here, and today I want to talk to you guys about 2019's ANTRUM, the deadliest film ever made. And I first heard of ANTRUM, the deadliest film ever made, during a live stream several months ago. A couple of viewers asked me, hey, have you heard of ANTRUM, the deadliest film ever made? And with a title like that, I was in. I did some research, I watched a couple of trailers, and my hat's off to the makers of ANTRUM, the deadliest film ever made, because with a title like that, there was no freaking way I was not going to watch this movie. Now, the premise of ANTRUM, the deadliest film ever made, is pretty interesting, I think. It's about a film called ANTRUM, which focuses on a young woman and her younger brother who go into the forest. They find supposedly the spot where the devil fell from heaven and crashed into hell, and they start digging on that spot in an attempt to dig their way into hell. I don't know, maybe they were bored and they figured, let's kill some time by digging a hole into hell. And ANTRUM quickly garners the reputation of being a cursed movie because everyone who's ever seen the film has ended up dead. Then the film just disappeared for many, many years. Nobody knew where it was. There was lots of speculation, people saying that they saw it and they survived, yada, yada, yada. Finally, fast forward to today, the filmmakers of ANTRUM, the deadliest film ever made, have found it. And they graciously want to show us the film, this cursed film, that everyone who's ever seen it in the past has ended up dead. Appreciate that. So ANTRUM, the deadliest film ever made, is a mockumentary about the film ANTRUM, a cursed movie wherein everyone who's ever seen it has ended up dead. And the movie starts with a bunch of interviews from film fans and film historians and film experts talking about the history of ANTRUM. It was screened at some theater somewhere, and the theater just burst into flames. Programmers for film festivals who've seen the film have all ended up dead, so on and so forth. Then we get into the film ANTRUM, but not before we are presented with a disclaimer from the producers of the mockumentary, basically freeing them of any liability in the case that after watching the film, you end up dead. And they actually give you a 30-second countdown to stop the movie before it starts. So at this point, I'm actually pretty hyped to watch this movie. They've done a really good job of setting this movie up to be just, I don't know, just the freakiest, scariest, creepiest movie ever made. And then we get into ANTRUM, and the movie starts with a young man witnessing his pet dog being put down. And of course, that gets the movie off to a rather bleak start. Then from there, on the car ride home, after the boy's dog has been put to sleep, he asks his mother, did the dog go to heaven? To which the mother responds, no, because the dog was bad. That's some great parenting right there. That is Mother of the Millennium Award kind of parenting right there. So from there, the boy and his older sister, they go into the woods. They find the spot where allegedly the devil fell from heaven. And on that spot, they start digging. They're digging their way into hell to go and save this little boy's dog. And as they dig deeper and deeper, strange things begin to go on in the woods around them. There's shadows moving around in the woods. There's all sorts of strange noises happening in the woods. Are all of these things just happening in the boy's head? Are they really uncovering the doorway to hell? Who knows? Then they stumble upon these two guys who are living in the woods. They're murderers and quite possibly cannibals. And the whole time all of this is going on, there's all of this subliminal stuff that the movie's throwing at you. There's faces in the trees. There's all these symbols popping up on the screen around. They look like damage to the film, but there's symbols everywhere. At one point, the screen just kind of goes black, but there's a devilish face staring at you for several seconds. Then the movie ends. And I'm left thinking, okay, what was so deadly about this movie? What's so freaky about this movie? What's all the hubbub? And then they explain to us why Antrum is the deadliest film ever made. And that explanation, basically it's just like it's a bad joke. Because essentially they've made you watch not a very good movie. Granted, it had a couple of effective moments here and there. There was some nice atmospherics here and there. But overall, not good. So we find out that basically the makers of this film have treated us to a bad movie. And oh, by the way, and you've also, by watching this film, have inadvertently done an invocation for a demon to come and visit you. You've done a lot of invocations for a demon to come and visit you. And then we cut to another one of those black screens where the devilish face is now looking at you and it points at you. The deadliest film ever made. I can't recommend Antrum, the deadliest film ever made, not because it's cursed and not because I want to save you from being cursed, but because it's not a very good movie. It's not very good at all, as a matter of fact. Great title, great premise, great setup, and the rest of it's like a bad joke. It's like a bad joke. It's like, hey, we treated you to a bad movie, and your reward for sitting through this bad movie is now you're going to be haunted by a demon. You're welcome. If you've seen Antrum, the deadliest film ever made, what is it again? If you've seen Antrum, the deadliest film ever made, please let me know down in the comments section below. I'm going to assume that if you're commenting on having seen the film, that you have also survived it. So congratulations. If you like this video, please leave it a thumbs up and share it on social media. If you're not following me on social media, those links are in the description. They're also right around here. As always, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys out there are all having a great, safe, healthy, happy, and horror movie filled holiday season. Take care, and until next time, peace. Join the $1 a Month Club and help support my channel on Patreon. Thank you to my current patrons, Kevin Smythe, B-Movie Mike, Robert Sobel, Turi Delamore, Stephen Flanagan, Lori Holt, Craig Farrand, Farron Sutton, Jeremiah Lambert, Grindhouse Grotto, Derek Jana, Demon Waffles, Simon Clark, Stone Gassman, Zachary Barton, Lorne Dixon, James Welch, Eli Geisler, Jeff Overing, Pete Toll, Kyle McGuire, Jay the Stingray, Andrew McDonald, Dave Barnes, Jonathan Lundy, Chris Gonzalez, The R-Rated Show, Fear Fuel, Jason Breitenbach, Brandon Bisdick, Steak Sauce, Mark Striano, Jeff Gardner, Travis Davis, The Obsoletionist, Chris Earls, Kevin Fitzpatrick, Randall Beatty, Joseph Hinkle, Hey Isn't That Devon Graham, Christian Hannah Horror, and Jacob Green. Say hello to the internet, Jeremy.
Hello to the internet.